Welcome. I'm Sheila D, your host, and this is She Unrestricted, where strength meets healing and elevation begins. I am super excited to have you with me today. If you are new here, welcome. If you are not, you already know what it is. So let's get started. We are going to jump in. If you did not listen to the episode about friends, go back and listen. I want to know, where are your friends? What level are they? Like I said, if you haven't listened, go back, listen, then listen to this one. It's going to be really, really helpful. Without further ado, I would love to introduce my good friend, my root friend, not invasive root, but a root friend, to you guys. We've been rocking for a very long time, before I even got married, before I even got engaged.
Almost 20 years.
Almost 20 years, Miss Gina.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you so much for joining. I know this took a lot.
Yes.
I begged her. And I just told her. And
voluntold.
She made it here. I am so glad because you are my first guest of many. And I'm so excited to continue the topic of friends.
Yes, me too. I'm excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yes.
This is what friendship is about.
This is what friendship is about.
Thinking you're crazy, and yet here I am.
Here you are.
This is what loyalty is about. Yeah, okay, so that's a wrap. We're done.
This is what loyalty is. No, we are just getting started. And just to recap, so we talked about last week, we have your mirror friends, which are really good. They tell you exactly who you are, what you need to hear, the convenience friend. Then we have the root friend, the invasive root friend, which is messing up those pipes and getting into the nitty gritty, and you got to cut them off. But like I said, this is my friend. We're going to talk about friendship betrayal, what friendship means to her, to us, loyalty. And then we're going to talk about, you're going to share your story about friendship, what it means to you. And so, Gina, if you could tell the women who's watching or listening who you are, not your resume, but your heart, and just share your heart.
Well, I don't think they want that. You might lose viewers. No, just kidding. Well, I mean, like you said, we've been friends for a long time, so you know that loyalty is really important. Truth is important. And I think that that's really what friendship is all about. And I love the fact that we share that same benefit, if you will, telling each other the truth and always being honest with one another, supporting each other in everything.
Yeah.
And all the ups and downs, the good, the bad, the uglies. So yeah, friendship is really important. I mean, friendship is like the basis of how we live day to day. And so I'm glad I'm able to come on here and share my story.
Yay. Well, definitely. Let's just jump into it. All right. Why not? So I want to know about friendship betrayal. Mm-hmm. Have you ever experienced it? If so, what happens when a friendship or a friend betrays your trust? Like, have you experienced that before?
I mean, I'm sure I have. I don't think I can think of anything offhand where I'm just like thinking like, oh my God, this person did this and that. But friends, they do tend to hurt you every now and then. You can't help it. And I mean, I don't know, maybe even I have done that before. I don't even know. But, I mean, nobody's perfect. And when that happens, especially with betrayal, if it's, I mean, I know you've had your share of experiences, but it's just one of those things where it's just like, you gotta know when to just walk away.
Yeah.
If it's even worth saving the friendship. I mean, friendships are different from family, right? Yeah. So friendships, it's easy just to walk away, whereas family, you're kind of tied to.
Yeah.
So if I had ever been put in a situation where I would go through something like that, it would definitely be just like having to reevaluate the friendship and walk away if necessary.
Yeah, walking away. Sometimes walking away can be hard, especially when you have a lifelong friend or, someone who you would thought that was your ride or die or in your corner. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's definitely hard. Let's talk about walking away. Have you ever had to walk away from a friendship that you felt didn't serve you?
Yeah, I have. I think it was probably one of the hardest moments that I ever had to do. It was with a friend of mine that was in an abusive relationship. Again, it was one of the ride or dies, here since the beginning. But witnessing her having to go through that journey was just like, I can't do it no more, and it was really hard. I had to really think about it because there was even a moment where it got so bad where he forcefully called her to call me to say, you know what, I can't be your friend no more. And you know me. Like, look, let me take these sweets off real quick. Put him on the phone. Like, right. He'd tell me, of course he didn't, or he did, but, we had choice words. And, it just made me think, like, she's going back and forth. And at one point, she got away and then went back. And then when she finally did come back, beaten up and just, not something you want to see your friend go through.
Yeah.
And then to turn around and tell me that she's going to go back with him, it was just like, I love you. Like, it was a hard conversation to have. Like, yeah. I love you, but I can't see you go through this. And, and I'm not saying you have to choose me or him, but no, you do what's best for you. And I'm going to support you in it, but just not together.
Yeah.
And I felt in my heart that no matter where they were going to be in their relationship journey, that we were always going to have what we had. Like, I was there before him and I was going to be there after him.
Yeah.
But I couldn't stand in the way of her journey. And I don't want to say she had to learn, but no, it's just whatever God had her planned for her, I had to let it go and let God just take care of her and send her in the right direction. So I had to walk away, and she ended up leaving and coming back home, and we picked up right where we left off. I mean, there was no resentment, no nothing like that. It was just, we just were not on the same path at the time.
Yeah. And sometimes you gotta let go to protect your peace.
Right.
Because once your peace starts getting disturbed and you start getting out of character, whatever the case may be, that's when it's time to let go and let God. Yeah. No, I definitely feel that. And I truly believe too, like, not everyone is meant to walk beside us forever.
Right.
You have your seasonal friends, season friends. Then you have your reason friends.
Right.
Friends that's there for a season, friends that's there for a reason.
Right.
Did that, walking away from that friendship, did that ever cost you, like, emotionally? Did you go through anything emotionally there?
Well, yeah, because it was such a good friend that it's kind of like a breakup, and you're used to just calling your girls, like, hey, what do you do? But you can't. And with this particular friend, it was just like anytime I would see her, we would have to hide and hang out.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, and I am not going to do that. Like, look, I would never, I've said this before, I would never ever be a side chick for a man, and I certainly ain't going to do it for a friend. So I was like, I can't keep doing this, and it was tough, but because you're also concerned for their safety, in this particular situation I was, but it was just like, I know God's going to see us through it. And I definitely felt, you're going to feel certain type of ways. Like, of course she's going to go with him.
Right.
But what am I supposed to do? Like, I'm not her man. I'm not going to lay next to her. And he is. So, like, go handle your business.
Right.
So, yeah, it was definitely a tough time. But, definitely worth it. Though, because here we are now,
Yeah, that's awesome. I think it's important to have friends that will tell you, like, girl, he ain't no good, or he is, or he's not, whatever the case may be. But it's even harder when you know and you see it that they're not in good hands.
Right.
But you gotta let them go.
Yeah, and I think, it's always important to, your girlfriends, they get in relationships that we may have reservations on, we may not care for, but I mean, I don't feel that we're anybody to judge. Like, I'm not going to sit there and be like, well, maybe I will say, like, oh, he's no good for me. He's do this, do that. But at the end, it's like, if that's who they want to be with, we got to be supportive of it.
Right.
And I would hate to have a friend look at me and be like, girl, he's not good for you. I don't like him. I don't want him around. Like, you have to be supportive in whatever journey they go with.
Yeah. Don't be that friend where it's like, girl, that's on you. Like, my man, if they my man and you like, oh, that's on them, and you don't even care and you don't say anything. that might not be a good friend.
Right, right.
So, I mean, it's good to have friends like you around. You know, in my previous episode, I talked about iron sharpening iron,
Mm-hmm.
you know, friends making friends better. Like, have you ever jumped into a friendship or, yeah, any friendship where you felt like, maybe not so much that this person isn't making good choices, but this person may not be a good friend, but I'm going to try to force it, even though I know this is not a good relationship to be in?
Oh yeah, I've definitely had moments where I had friends who were just like, they're good from afar.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to sit here and say that I've ever cut a friend off because I just never really had to.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely have distanced myself.
Yeah.
You know, and again, it's about protecting your peace. And some friends out there they don't have your best interest at heart, or maybe they just simply don't care. And for those type of friends, you kind of feel that energy. So that you're not going to care, I'm not going to care.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to chase nobody. And if there's a friend out there that is not looking out for your best interest and even supporting you from afar, then why are we here?
Right, right. I think support is key, especially, you know, because I have kids and I have friends that don't have kids and friends that do have kids. Mm-hmm. And my friends support my kids.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
That's what, you know, that's what they do. That's what I feel like that's what real friends do.
Yeah.
When we talk about friendship betrayal, maybe you haven't had anyone betray you as a friend, but I have, right? And you sat there beside me. It was actually someone at my wedding party.
Oh, yes.
And you know exactly who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And it was very hard because this individual introduced me to my husband.
Oh, wow.
And, you know, I've known that individual, and I talk about this since the 8th grade. But when you know someone is jealous of you and they want what you have, sometimes you gotta let it go. But what I did was I tried to hold on to it and change the person.
Oh, yeah.
And one thing that I've learned is that you can't change someone. Mm-mm. In the words of Maya Angelou, if someone shows you who they are, believe them.
It's the truth, though. It is the truth. And, you know, and it's so sad because, like, there's not everybody is trying to see you win. Mm-hmm. Not everybody wants, you know, and it's sad, too, because there are some friends out there that, you know, are maybe better off than you or not. To me, and that's beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have children, and I do see my friends, and I have a lot of friends that have kids. It's like, that's beautiful. I'm glad that you have your kids and your home and your husband or whoever, and you're living your life. And that's the way it has to be. Yeah. Because otherwise you're just like being bitter within yourself, holding on to all this envy, you know, and it's just nothing good. Nothing good comes from that.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Yeah. I think too, when you were in that season with the friend that was in that relationship, what did God show you in that season about who you were or who you were becoming?
I was learning about boundaries at that time. And I mean, I never stopped learning. I mean, I'm still learning. But back then it was like, is it okay to say no to somebody? Mm-hmm. Is it okay? Am I allowed to not be there for them? You know, so it was just one of those moments where I just had to like really think and like, no, I need to take a step back. I need it for her and for me. Mm-hmm. So that way she can learn whatever God's trying to show her and for me too. Yeah. So I think in that moment, it was just more like, it's okay to sometimes say no.
Yeah, no, that's good. I think no is self-control. No is a response.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I love that. And how did you forgive her and move on to reconciliation when she returned, like the prodigal friend?
Well, I was going through my own journey back then, as you know. I was trying to find myself, and you know, I really wasn't. I was in my own world. And I remember I had some people down the line say like, "Oh, hey, she's back. She's gonna call you." I'm like, "She ain't gonna call me." But then I was like, "Well, I mean, why? I miss her." Like that's the thing is when you have a good friend, and no matter where you're at in life, and you know that there's just that vibe.
Yeah.
You're gonna.
Yeah, you can pick up where you left off.
I was waiting for her to, but I was like, but I ain't gonna be the one. Maybe
like, ain't gonna be me. They got it.
Yeah, they gotta call me. I mean, maybe I was being stubborn, but then I was just like, well, no, because what if she is mad at me?
Right.
But yeah, she messaged me. It's me. I'm sorry. Oh, girl, you don't gotta be sorry. Like, I knew you were gonna come back.
Yeah.
But is this for real this time?
For real.
You know, and we talked and we picked up. I mean, you know, we ended up getting into trouble. I think that day. You know, so it was like nothing. But you know, it was nice to see her grow after that and go through her journey. But I'm a forgiving person, anyways. I don't hold grudges, and I've came across family and friends that have done me wrong or they don't like whatever, and I'm like, oh, okay, come back when you're ready. Then
you're like, if that's your flow, that's your boat.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be forgiving. You have to be gracious to people, and not everyone. Yeah, but for the most part, it's like when you know that there's a connection with that certain person, it's just kind of like, oh,
yeah, it's okay. You can pick back up where you never left. I have a friend that I worked with a while ago, and they were like, I don't know, we reached out on Instagram, and I was like, hey, you want to do lunch or whatever? And I hadn't talked to them for maybe years. It's been like close to about 8 years.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And so I was like, hey, you want to? And they were like, yeah. And we literally picked up, we went out to brunch, and we sat there talking for like 4 hours.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like, nothing, there was no bad blood. It's just sometimes you're in a space and place, because like 8 years ago, I had, 2 toddlers running around here or whatever, but you're in a space and place where your life changes and your life shifts. Oh, yeah. And so does your friends. Mm-hmm. Some grow with you, some go with you.
Yeah.
And so we picked back up, and it was like, we never left. Yeah. And so that feeling of friendship is irreplaceable.
Right.
And so that's how you know you have a good friend. Yeah. Would you agree?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I heard somebody say one time that sometimes friendships are like a train. They're on a train, but sometimes they get off on different destinations. Yeah. And they just go their own journey and you keep going. And that's the truth, that we're always on the move, all of us. Yeah. And sometimes we stick together, sometimes we don't.
Yeah, no, true. I think it reminds me too of having good friends. I talk about, the Bible saying that a good neighbor is good to have and it's better than a family that lives far away. Like a close neighbor is good to have versus a family member that lives far away. And that's true. Like sometimes the best family is the ones that you pick, and that's the friends that you have.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, and you know that I've been going through my own journey in recent years, and honestly, like my friends, the close knit that I have been the biggest supporters. Yeah. And sometimes that's just what it is. Yeah. Your friends end up becoming more like family.
So. Yeah. And you have to be careful in choosing the right friends.
Oh, of course, absolutely.
Because if you choose a friend that's gonna get you into trouble, so to speak, in our ripe age right now, that's probably not a good friend.
No, but trouble can be good sometimes. I've gone into plenty of trouble, including you.
I'm just saying,
But no, yeah, you're right. I mean, who you have around you is important.
Right.
Especially in this life. Life is so short. And time is just not our friend. Yeah. That's not our friend.
No, time is definitely not our friend. It's definitely an associate that we choose to.
We have no choice. And, so having people that just don't, want to like see you win and, see that you're, being the best that you can be, and they're just talking in the corners or silencing, in the back, talking negative, like, nothing good can come from that.
No. And I think too, having a good community of friends where I feel safe. Mm-hmm. Like I come to you and I'll be like, girl, look,
Yeah.
I need to go drive some Uber Eats or something like that and not be ashamed.
Right.
Because you get in, you're like, girl, look, what you need? Like, if I see something, I'm gonna let you know. Like, having that safe space where I don't have to put on this mask, where I can leave the mask at home. Heck, I can even throw the thing in the trash because I know if I come to you, you're not gonna judge me. You're essentially gonna be a safe space.
Right.
And if there's something going on, let's say with my husband, I don't have to put it online. I can come to you and be like, hey, look.
Yeah, I mean, I've been to you plenty of times. And you know
what
what I love about you is a few weeks ago I called you and I was like crying and I was like, oh my God. And you're like, okay, wait, let me get my bat. I go, no. I just got to listen to your podcast and it was great. Like you're ready to go.
Right.
And that's what it's about. Like, no. I mean, yeah, have it on standby.
Right.
But no.
I'm like, wait, what?
It's not that moment right now.
Like, tell me where you at. You're like, no, I'm like, oh, tell me more.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So, that's such a beautiful friendship.
Yeah.
I love it. It's like you said, you can come to you and be safe and no judgment.
Yeah.
And truth too. I mean, I know I came to you and I'm like, you know what, today we need your back. And you're like, no, you do not need your back. We need to just sit down, talk about this and relax. And I mean, and that's what we need.
Yeah.
We need that, just like that unfiltered friend. Well, sometimes we need a filtered friend, but we need
a filtered friend, but we need friends. I think friends that can rightly divide the truth. And like, I can joke all day long. We could joke all day long.
Right.
But at the same time, when it comes down to business, it's like, hey, let me run you back in. Like the other day when I was like, I let you do your vent, let you talk. And then you hopped onto another topic, and I was like, "Hey, let's go back to that first conversation."
I'm like, no, I don't want to. I already know where it's going.
And I was like, "You weren't right. You weren't wrong, but you weren't right." And you were like, "You think so?" I was like, "Yeah."
And that's what we need.
That's what we need.
We need that friend to be okay. Well, look at it this way. Okay, I'm not saying that I'm on their side or this side or whatever, but think about what you're doing.
Yeah,
and that's really important. And there's some people out there that won't do that. They're going to tell you the wrong advice just to see you fail.
Oh.
And I've experienced that plenty of times. And so those people are
just cut them out. Like that invasive route, right?
And it's not to say that I don't value what they're telling me, but it's like, but I could clearly see that it's not for me.
You're not for me.
Yeah, you're thinking of yourself. So, yeah.
Yeah, do nothing out of selfish ambition. And that's the thing, iron sharpens iron. Walk with the wise and you'll be wise.
Oh, yeah.
And so that's what I try to do is the friends that I have, I've been friends for a while. The new friends are solid friends, right? And people are going to come, people are going to go.
Oh, yeah.
But as long as you have your community of people, you cannot go wrong there. So I think I want to ask one last question about friends. Did you ever have a close friend that you just felt like you couldn't talk to at times? Like you felt y'all were cool, but there was a time where you just kind of felt taken aback or felt maybe not betrayed, but just distant, or where you maybe once was close?
Yeah, actually, that moment was with you. This is going to be the first time you're hearing this because I've always kept it in. But, since you brought me on here, this is what you get.
Okay. Look, good friends can take hard conversations.
Yeah, so, you could just take your bet on me later after the camera is off.
Here.
We'll have the bloopers later.
It'll be a verbal bet.
Yeah, I remember that there was a time where, we have our seasons where we get distant. You get busy with the kids. I get busy with life and things happen. But there was a particular moment when I was going through my own journey and we were becoming distant. And I was just kind of like, anytime I would call you, I felt like you were busy. You were just busy. And I remember reaching out to one of our mutual friends, the Yaz. Shout out to the Yaz.
Hey.
And which was useless because I called her and she was in her own frenzy at the time. I called her and I'm like, have you talked to, Sheila? And she's like, oh, girl, I have this going on. Da, da, da. Yeah, just call her. She's fine. Yeah, you know what? We'll meet up. We'll meet up in a few months.
That's always the
Like,
meet up.
Okay, all right. Well, goodbye. But I just was like, okay, well, I don't know what was going on. Like, I just felt like, well, whatever then. I don't need her as a friend. I was in my feelings. Like, I don't know why she ain't calling me, why she not picking up my calls, whatever. And then I remember it was my birthday, and, I was trying to keep it low key. I was going to go to, I was going to go to the spa, and I was going to go with another friend, and then she bailed on me. And I was like, oh, this sucks. Well, you know what? I'm just going to go. I'm not even going to go to the spa. I'm just going to go home. And you called me out of the blue, and you're happy birthday, and I'm like,
a true friend never fails. No, I'm just kidding.
Right. Amen. And I was like, okay, well, I was going to go to the spa. I'll be right there. And I'm like, okay. Well, I'll wait here then. And, we had a good time, and I was like, oh, this is Dan. I'm going to tell her.
Yeah, she was going to tell me off. You were going to tell me off?
I was going to tell you off. I was just going to tell you how I feel.
Okay.
Because I think the last time we met with the Yaz, and I think you felt it. You're like, are you good? Are you okay? But I was like, no, I'm good. I think of the silent treatment. I'm good.
I'm good. We don't do I'm good over here, but that was before we grew.
Yeah, I was like, I'm good. But, anyways, so I hadn't seen you. I was like, no, I'm going to talk to her. But as we were enjoying our spa, you were telling me about your journey, and I think you were working with that one employer that was giving you a hard time, and you just had so much going on at that time. And I was like, oh, how selfish of me. Like, I'm over here judging, and I didn't know. I should have been there for you. Like, and I remember we were sitting in a room. I think we got a California pizza. There was like a fireplace and stuff.
Oh, I remember that right over here.
Yeah, it was so romantic. I'm like, oh, yeah, do this.
Was it Mexican? I think it was Mexican.
Was it Mexican food?
I don't know.
Like that? I don't remember, but it was good.
Something we're always eating, but
yeah, and it was romantic. I could ruin the moment, and I was like, oh, I'm not going to do that. How horrible! That's a shame on me. And of course, we picked up right where we left off. We had a good time. You're telling me you're venting, and I just ended up having a good time, and I went home. But it just made me feel like how often do we really know the journey that we go through?
Yeah.
And no matter how close we are, like, we have those moments where it's just like, damn, I should be there for my friend. I should check on my friend.
Yeah.
And I think that's important too, is to not always just think that the friend's just ignoring you just because, but check on your friends and see how they are, because you just never know where they're at in life.
No, I never knew you felt that way.
I did.
Well, that's awesome. Well, like I said, I never knew, because most of the time, like, we would literally go months, maybe almost a year one time without talking. But when we get together, we just pick back up where we left off. And, like this year, you were like, hey, I'm planning my 40th. And I was like, what you need from me?
Yeah. You should go over here and blow up these balloons. This is what I need you to do.
And did. And we had a good old time,
Mm-hmm.
and it was fabulous.
Yeah.
And those are the things, that real friends too. Even when the conversations are hard, or we feel like we're in our feelings and we're like, man, they didn't check up on me, or they're going through whatever. I'm going through this. And we don't even bother to check up on them. Like, I don't know, what you felt exactly after that. Like,
well, after that, it was fine. I was just like, oh, yeah, she's fine. She's good. Shame on me. I mean, I was more harder on myself. Like, oh my gosh. Well, I mean, you know what I was going through back then. I had just ended a long-term relationship back then. And I was like, oh, I'm lonely. I need my friend. But you were going through your own journey.
Yeah.
And I know you had already went through a bunch of stuff prior to that.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of like, it was like a breath of fresh air. Like, you know what? She is there for me. We're just both going through something, and we got to just take care of ourselves, and we're still here.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's, again, the power of a good friendship.
Of good friendship and community, and just pouring into it. Because, I'm busy, but you are one of the very few that know some of the dark, deep stuff, the good stuff, all the stuff, right? And so I think that's important. Like, we equally have that, and you got to figure out who's your tribe, who's in your, like, you mentioned, like, we were talking offline about the friend circle, and as we get older, sometimes that circle gets smaller.
Oh yeah, and we even talked about just like spring cleaning, like your friendship list, and not just friendship lists like on Facebook and Instagram, but in life.
In life, yeah.
And I mean, you saw my 40th. Like, it was just small. That's it. Those are the people I trust, and that's it, like, because that it gets to that point. And it's not to say that the other friends out there that I don't care about, of course, but you know who your go-tos are.
Yeah.
And who knows the ins and outs. Like, don't get under interrogation. Tell me.
I'm like, oh, nope. What do we say? We say there's some things we're taking to the grave.
Yeah.
And there's those things.
Yeah.
You know? So, I appreciate you coming on, really showing yourself to the audience, really talking about friendship betrayal, building community, what true friendship looks like to you. If you can share with our audience one thing, one takeaway, what would that be?
I think that friendship, the support is like important, especially with this time of my life. And as we get older, you realize that support from family and friends is just super important. We don't know what each other's journey is. We don't know the struggles that we go through day in, day out. And I think it's really important to just show grace to your friends and family. And sometimes if there's just nothing good coming from it, you have to be able to just walk away, protect your peace. And right now, for me, that's so important.
Yeah.
Is peace and being able just to live life day to day, and just take a step back and take a look at where you're at in life, and just make sure that your circle is there for you and wanting the best for you.
Yeah.
And the friendship that's going to be honest with you too, because we need that.
Yeah. Love that. Yeah. And if you don't have community, we are building a community here, but it is important to find community. Like I said, we're building a community here. Feel free to comment, like, share, but also invite other people that you may know into this community. Get involved into like a local church group, local Facebook group, somewhere where you can actually build intentional community. We are not meant to do life alone, and no one should do life alone. And everyone, every woman, every human should have community, whether they're far, close, someone that they can connect with and tell each other whatever it is, even if they feel like it's going to hurt their feelings. But as long as you're sharing the truth and love, that's all that matters. So thank you so much. You are in for a treat. Next week, Gina and I, my friend, we are going to be talking about relationship betrayal and kind of family betrayal as well. But today we talked about friendship, and I hope that you gained something from it, and I hope you enjoyed it. But stay tuned next week because it's something you don't want to miss. We are talking about betrayal with no restrictions. And so if you have been watching and listening, I want you to carry less, feel more, and remember that you can live life with no restrictions. My name is Sheila D, and you've been listening to She Unrestricted, where strength meets healing and elevation begins. Until next time, see you.